Yakuza.
There are no rules but one. Drink Jägermeister at -18 degrees Celsius.
The directors of Winter Soldier, they wanted action and the energy to feel like Raid Redemption. Raid Redemption, the style was much more similar to Daredevil because the characters were just real life human beings. They had no superpowers. If they got cut, they bled. You know, if they got hit, they felt it. So they had to fight defensively, and they couldn't knock every single person out with one single move. I mean, there were times what makes Raid Redemption magicals, like you see the guy grab somebody's head and smash it into a wall like 6 or 7 times, you know? I mean, it's that aggression and that visceral nature that made it so good. So the directors wanted that kind of energy with a character who can flick somebody and they go flying. You know, it wasn't the easiest dynamic to parlay into that character. So I think it's a much easier and more fun design to create movement for somebody like Daredevil, because you know you have to really get in their headspace, and you know you're thinking, okay, well this guy's going to swing at him. How is he going to avoid that? How is he going to do this? Then you have the whole layer of he's actually blind. And what I love about Daredevil's movement is Charlie Cox's mentality on Daredevil's movement. The idea is, yes, the character is blind. And when we first started designing the action, I was choreographing and practicing all of the fights with my head like looking elsewhere. So I was genuinely trying to fight blind. And Charlie pulled me aside and was like, okay, well, here's the idea. Matt Murdock is blind. He doesn't want anybody to know that Daredevil is Matt Murdock. So he doesn't want anybody to know that Daredevil is blind. So he's like, even though I can't see my opponents, I'm going to look them right in the face. I want to point my nose directly at their nose because that way they think I'm staring them down. So yeah, it was just so layered. There were so many deeper qualities. And I mean, I really enjoy the fact that Charlie like pulled me aside and like really gave me acting lessons on top of my physical acting to really kind of get me in his headspace. And it made it so easy to translate his character into my movements.
Yeah, I mean, the best acting performances are by the guys who understand their character. And they probably understand it better than any of us in the audience could ever. So it's obvious. That's why he's the master Daredevil.
Yeah. He is absolutely perfect as Daredevil because he understands everything, every level of that character. He actually spent a lot of time working with blind people to see how they get through their day and their little tricks and what their thought process is. Because if you have sight, you might react to something one way, but without that sight, you would have a very different approach to how you would handle a situation.
We stay genuine, uncensored and unscripted, and we always will, as we have to order our usual. Share us and subscribe us, and stay tuned until the next Wednesday. Ikuzo!